Hello for the 22nd Sunday in Ordinary Time, using first reading Deuteronomy 4, verses 12 and 6 to 8. I think that's it. And Mark 7, verses 1 to 8, verses 14 and 15, and verses 21 to 23. And I sort of called this little video, Larry, Wash Your Hands. Well, to start, I just have memories of childhood, and it goes something like, first of all, what are kids like today? I'm not married, I don't have kids. What are kids like today? Uh, and how do they act in relative to washing your hands? As a kid, my other two brothers and I, and we had a family meal most of the time at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the afternoon when everybody came together and we ate. But very often, my mom or my dad would say, "Let me see your hands." And they would be a mess, just dirty, really, very visible. Got upstairs and wash your hands, and we're waiting for you to start. And it would happen to me, and it would happen to Paul, and it would happen to Dick, and maybe Nancy or Sue. They kept maybe clean hands. But anyway, what do kids like today? Wash your hands. Well, we had to wash our hands in a hurry, often with a command, often, and it certainly wasn't a religious act to wash my hands. It wasn't an act of religion, and it wasn't considered the way the Jewish people did. When they went to the marketplace or before they ate, they would wash their hands, and it would be a tradition and sort of a religious action. Well, Jesus then, when they came and sort of attacked Jesus by saying, "Your guys, your followers, your disciples, they don't wash their hands." Well, they probably should have if they were good Jews. And maybe Jesus shouldn't have gotten so uptight because he was a good Jew. But on the other hand, he looked and he used that occasion to talk about what's really important. It isn't because a little child has dirty hands or a man or a woman has dirty hands. That's not the important thing. It's not the external that's important. It can be important, but it's really deep down what is internal. So Jesus sounds to me like he took off in a bad mood or in the setting. Some of Christ's disciples ate their meals with unclean spirits, that is, unwashed hands. All Jews do not eat without carefully washing their hands, keeping the tradition of the elders. And then Jesus, this is his statement. He's interested in the internal, not necessarily the external. Nothing that enters one from outside, like dirty hands, can defile that person, but the things that come out from within are what defile. And then he goes on and he gives 13 different things of what's coming from the inside out. You listen: evil thoughts, unchastity, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, licentiousness. I looked it up and it said lacking moral discipline, envy, blasphemy, arrogance, and folly. I looked up folly and it says lacking good sense. But anyway, all of those, Jesus is saying, it comes from inside you. And that's really what is important that we need to take into consideration. And he is on this kick more than once and uses many different examples. Another example was in Matthew 23, not today's gospel, when he says, "Scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites, you cleanse the outside of the cup and dish, but inside they are full of plunder and self-indulgence. Blind Pharisees. Clean first the inside of the cup, and that the outside also may be clean. I always look like it's sort of like in today's inside the chalice is the body and blood of Jesus Christ, and the outside is very often with decorations and all kinds of human man, women made artistic etches or putting to it the chalice. But Jesus, it's what's inside. And then he gives another old example, which comes to mind. It's not going to be, I don't think any kids would understand this, and that is whitewash. In the parks, and in particular in our backyard, we had a great big elm tree, and it was at 4 feet in diameter. And every Sunday before we had a big picnic, or all the relatives and so forth would come over, and we'd have grill out. On the Saturday, like today, we would whitewash that tree, the base of the tree, up to about 10 feet. And so this great big elm was just pristine white, pure, from about 10 feet down to the roots. And Jesus says, you people, it's like you whitewash a sepulcher, and it looks nice and pretty and bright and white. But on the inside are dead men's, women's, children's bones. And it stinks and it's rotten and it's deteriorating. But it's nice and white and fresh on the outside. I want you to be, are my disciples. I'm not worried at all. They're like, in a sense, like today, it's probably say, they're like kids. Who cares? But inside, that is what is important. And he gets on a tirade almost against the scribes and the Pharisees. And I guess it's because Jesus was a good Jew. And Jesus understood true religion. He understood true Jewish religion. And very often they were like today. Some people only emphasize the law. Some people only stress the guilt. Some people only think religion is you must do, otherwise you're going to lose your soul. And Jesus, I want the inside. The inside's what important. So at least what I take from these readings this morning, as far as, am I more concerned? What's my outside like, and what's my inside like? And according to Jesus, the inside is the most important, because that's where you find the true you, the true self, as Thomas Merton says. It's the inside is what really counts. How do you feel? What are kids like today? I don't know. As I said, I don't even know if kids come to the supper table today. They might all eat separately on different times. What are kids like? That's not important. What's your outside? What's my inside? What's your inside? What's my outside? Think about it. It really is paramount in the message of Jesus. Have a good day.